Hi, friends. I just wanted to hop on really quick and start off by saying this distance learning is really hard. It's real hard. I don't care if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're working from home, if you're just trying to make it by minute, if you've got one kid, if you've got 5 kids, it's hard. No matter where you find yourself in the equation, this is hard. So I'm going to start out this blurb that I'm putting out here with a me too, because I'm going to tell you, I don't have it figured out and I'm no expert, but I'm going to share with you right now 3 tips that I continue to live and die by if I don't do them. Okay. And these are the 3 tips that I am coaching parents on and telling my friends who are saying, what the heck are you doing and how are you doing it? Because this is impossible. So I thought after I fired off this last message, I was like, I'm writing the same thing to everybody. I'm just going to post a video. And I'm not saying this is the way it has to be done. These are really just, if one of these you find resonates with you, yay. I just want to, I keep hearing about parents that are throwing in the towel on this, and you're not a failure. If you are there, you're not a failure, but I want to say stay strong and maybe just realign how you're thinking about it with grace. Give yourself some grace. It's basically what I'm saying. So I'm going to share 3 quick tips that you can do to make this a little more bearable for yourself. Check yourself. How are you showing up at the table? So I have school happening at our kitchen table because my learners are a little bit more reliant on me to log in. They're, 3rd and 2nd in kindergarten. So I need them at a convenient place for me. Usually I've got my laptop, I have my workstation, I'm working, and then I've learned that I need just one at a time, because if they're all doing school around the table with me, it's like, mommy, 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 mommy. And I'm like, it doesn't happen. So I literally, it's like a doctor's office. I call them in. Next. So I start with one kiddo at the table, but here's the first one. This is why this is first, because I have to check in with myself. Okay. And I love this. This is something that you see in the recovery world, with recovering addicts, right? But you need to constantly be aware of where you're at and how you're feeling. So one of the ways, an acronym that they use that is helpful for anyone, and I use this for myself when it comes to teaching my kids, is HALT. See that? So I need to check myself before I show up at the table next to one of my learners. And the H stands for hungry. Am I hungry? Because being hangry is a real thing. Have I put anything in my stomach for a while? Do I need a quick snack before I try to attack sight words or whatever it is? Okay, so I'm asking, am I hungry? You could also ask your learner this too, if they're being kind of reluctant. Are you hungry? Do we need to have a snack real quick? A is angry. How am I feeling when I'm showing up at the table? Do I feel angry about something? Did I just get off a difficult phone call? Am I frustrated with technology? Do I feel angry? Because I need to work that out, because there's these things called mirror neurons. You guys, they're a real thing. And think of them as vibes. They're vibes that are contagious. Our mood's contagious. Anxiety is contagious. Anger is contagious. If you show up at that table, and kids are like sponges, they're going to soak up your mood. So take care of that before you start to teach them. Okay, am I angry? L is lonely. Do I feel disconnected from the world? Before, there's lonely. Before I start the learning, maybe, do I need to reach out for some support? Maybe I need to hear from another mom. You got this, you can do this. Get yourself a cheerleader. Okay, and we can all stick together and be cheerleaders for each other. Okay, so ask yourself the question, am I lonely? Do I need to connect real quick? with somebody who gets it, or somebody who I know is going to hear me out and be a good listener, but also be encouraging. Okay. So am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? And this last one, we could probably say the answer to this is always going to be yes, but am I tired? Here's the thing. Even though, like, in all honesty, all of us are probably not getting enough sleep, and the quality of our sleep because of the climate in our country right now, maybe our sleep's not that great, but there's things that we can do to kind of prime our brains to have more patience, right? To be better teachers. And so I would say if you're feeling tired, go get some quick breaths of fresh air. Maybe grab a cup of coffee. If you have time, lay down for 15 minutes, just lay down and close your eyes and take a power nap. Do what you need to do to come to the table so you can be patient and ready to be the best teacher that you can. So number one tip I have is to just come ready. It starts with us, right? A lot of times when we're frustrated with how the learning's going, we're focusing on the kids. But in reality, you guys, it starts with us. Those mirror neurons are a real thing. So if we're fed up and we're frustrated, our kids are going to be like, yeah, this is dumb. Probably not going to do it. So we have to make sure we're approaching it in a way that's positive and we're infecting them with hope. Okay? So we got to get ourselves ready so we can do that. So that's number one. Number two is to connect. So once you are filled up and you're ready to pour into your kiddos and they're learning, it's key that you find a way to connect. This, you guys, will save you with your more reluctant distance learners. And if you've got multiple kiddos at home that you're doing this with, chances are you've got one. So I will tell you with my, and we all learn different. We are all put together in a unique, innate way. And this is going to look different for different kids. Okay. It is so imperative to connect with somebody who's dreading it. You got to connect with them. And how this looks, it can look a little silly. So I might tease and tickle and be jokey and fun with my second grader who is my reluctant learner. She's brilliant in her own way. But doing homeschool or doing work at home is not her favorite. And but I find, I'm like, how can I engage her and make this fun? And she needs my connection. She needs to know that, like, I'm going to have fun with her while we do this. So that might mean, you know what, you guys? I'm just going to go there. That might mean I'm going to get the trail mix out and put a bowl of that trail mix in front of us and give her M&Ms as she's putting out answers. Okay, that might mean before we sit at the table, before I crack the book open, I'm priming her brain for resilience, and I'm saying, I'm calling out the gold in her and saying, you know what, girl? Yesterday, you really powered through. Like, that Khan Academy assignment, I know was not your favorite, and you saw that you didn't pass that first unit or whatever, but you kept going. You didn't give up. I knew you were frustrated, but you took a deep breath and you kept going. That's what we need. You can do this. Okay? So it might look like me saying, thank you for that good attitude that you had yesterday. So I'm priming her for what I want to see. Before we even start, I'm saying, man, yesterday this was great. Even if yesterday was a disaster, I'm going to find something that went well. I'm going to connect to her emotionally, physically, right? I might just give her a quick hug. When I do that, when I'm intentional about connecting with my kids before we start this, by saying, you guys, we got this. It's going to be a good day. We're going to get this learning done. We're going to have fun while we do it. And I'm going to start off by making you guys chocolate milk or something. So just connect, and that primes the brain for academic resilience. Okay? Connection is key. And the third one is grace and more grace. And then some more grace and then some more grace. I'm talking about grace for your kid. And this looks like they've been working hard and you can tell that they're done, but they're not all the way finished with the assignment. Giving grace is saying, you know what? We're done for now. I'm not gonna push this so hard that we kind of just wreck the good that just happened. That's giving grace. It could also look like maybe you have a schedule of assignments that you want this kiddo to do for the day. And you can tell he's tapped out, he or she or whatever. They're done. They're needing a break. Give a break. That's like saying, you know what? You don't have to be on. You don't have to be 100% all day. You can take a break. And we'll come back to this. Or maybe we'll just come back tomorrow. Go have fun. You worked hard. That's giving them grace. We can't expect perfection. I always tell my kids, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I just want your best effort. I just want you to try. I just want you to try. That's giving grace. Grace for yourself. I know I'm the one that I beat myself up the most when I maybe am finishing the week and my kids haven't checked the box on each assignment because I want that for them. I'm kind of a list maker, rule follower a little bit in certain ways, and it's hard for me when like they haven't done something. But you know what? There's been weeks that we have not gotten everything done, and I have to give myself grace and say, you know what? I did my best. I did my best, and this was a hard week for me too. And I'm going to give myself grace. So it's grace for the kiddo, grace for yourself, and it's grace for the teachers. And I think more than ever, what we forget, we as parents, sometimes we might become consumed with the stress of it all. Like, did they know I have this going on and this going on, and I have these 4 other kids, and I can't do all of this. You know what? Teachers give grace. Sometimes we forget that we collaborate with them. So teachers will give you grace if you talk to them and let them know what's going on. They're new at this too. They're working their hardest. They're trying to navigate how this is supposed to look. Let's partner with them. Instead of being overwhelmed or maybe giving up because you feel like you can't do it all, collaborate with them. Send them an email. Give them a call. Send them a message saying, hey, this is how I'm feeling. And they will work with you because it's grace for everyone. So here it is. Not saying it's like a magic potion that will take all of the stress of this away, but if you could check yourself and HALT, check in with yourself before you begin the academics with your kiddo or your grandkid or your niece or sibling, whoever you're assisting. Check yourself. Make sure you're coming to the table prepped and ready, like a pep talk, right? Like a pump up. So that's first. Make sure you are ready to pour out. Second, connect. I love the saying, connect before you correct. Well, with this one, it's like connect before you teach. Let them know you care about them, you see them, you know this is hard for them too. I'm in it with you. Hug, laugh, learn, connect first. And the third is grace. And this is what's going to get you through those hard days, is saying, you know what? Time out. Let's go. Leave the table. Go for a walk. Take a deep breath and then come back. Start all over. Start it all over again. And it's grace. So I'm with you. This is not easy for any of us. And I'll tell you that there was a day last week where my kids did no school because I had 7 meetings before noon and mommy was tapped out. Mommy was done. And I knew attempting to get a kiddo at the table, I wasn't in a headspace. I didn't have it. So I gave myself grace and I said, you know what? I'm done with this today. I need a breath. I need to get myself ready so tomorrow I can be back at it. And the teachers gave me grace for that. And they will, because we're in this together, you guys. We're a team. You're not alone. I hope one of these will help with this. This is not going to be forever. I can't wait to be back together again and hang in there. I don't know where you're at or how many kiddos you're teaching or what else you're trying to do, but I'm going to tell you right now that you're the one for the job and you have what it takes. You don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. But guess what? I'm the girl for the job and I have what and we're in this together. We got this.